everyone. So today we're going to be doing project number 1 in the Whimsical Trees class kit, which is available through November 16th. And so I wanted to tell you I'm starting something new, and that is on my Facebook group, Create with Carol B. I have a promo, a link to my promo video, and if you make a comment on that link, Carol B, Create with Carol B, on my Facebook, it's my public Facebook group or page, you will be entered to win one of the 4 project kits. So if you'd like to win this kit or one of the other kits, just head on over to that Facebook group, Carol B, Create with Carol B, and make a comment. It should be the top posting, and then on the 16th I will choose the 4 winners that will get, each winner will get one of the projects. So that's something new that I'm doing. So head on over there. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get started making this card. So this is a simple card. It would be, I think, an easy card to make several of, and it would probably be easy to mail as well. It just has a little bit of dimension, but it doesn't even have to have that much dimension. If you wanted to do it a little differently, you could. So let's just go ahead and get started. I'll give the dimensions as we go along so that you can do this card along with us. So we have an 8.5 by 5.5 thick basic white. I scored it at 4 1/4. And this is going to be a portrait card. Then we have a piece of mint macaron, 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. It's going to go right there. I love easy cards like this that are just easy, and they go so quickly. So this may be my Christmas card this year. I don't know for sure. We'll see. Then we have a piece of DSP from the Whimsy and Wonder. DSP has some awesome snowflakes on the back, but I love this striped print. It doesn't have the traditional Christmas colors to it, and that's okay, because sometimes we want to break from the sameness. Now on the front here we have a piece of the polished pink. It's 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. Oh, I didn't tell you this was 4 by 5 1/4. The DSP is 4 by 5 1/4. This is 3 1/4 by is it? No, this is 3 7/8 by 2 7/8. 3 7/8 by 2 7/8. I don't want to tell you wrong. And then this white, basic white, is 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. It's going to go on the front there, in case you want to make more. And then that's going to go on in the center right there. So far pretty easy, right? That's what we like. Okay, that might not be perfectly in the center, but it's close enough. Now we'll be die cutting some trees to go there, and then the inside we have a piece of 4 by 5 1/4. So 4 by 5 1/4 mint macaron. Gonna go in the center here. And then we should have a piece of, oh, I need to grab it. I didn't put it in my kit. A 3 3/4. Let me add that to my kit here. Okay, so we do have a piece of basic white 3 3/4 by 5. So we'll be stamping on that. We'll be stamping the "May the love of the season warm your home and fill your heart." Okay. So stamping on that. Inside your envelope, you've got a couple of labels. Now, oddly enough, these labels come from the Frightful Tags dies that we used in Halloween in our Halloween kit. This little label right here is the perfect size for this "Let Your Heart Be Light." So that's where I got that. Now it's a bundle, and it'll be a bundle, I guess, until it retires, maybe at the end of the year in December. So if you buy it now, you can get the Frightfully Cute bundle, or otherwise you would want to get the Frightful Tags dies. And so that's where our labels came from. We'll be stamping on those. We'll be die cutting some trees. Now this set has some awesome dies, Christmas tree dies. It has usually you only get one card of dies, but this comes with 2 cards of dies. And it has these really awesome whimsical trees that I love. So we'll be working with those. And so here's our sentiment: let your heart be light. And then the one that goes on the inside: may the love of the season. That should be pretty easy peasy for us. So we'll be die cutting these later, so I'm going to set these aside. We'll go ahead and do some stamping. And get my Stamparatus out. Get a random stamp pad to go underneath. I really need a clean one of these, don't I? Let me take care of that. We don't want to have to look at this. I need to do some house cleaning. I have a 4 by 6 piece of window sheet, and we're going to use mint macaron ink. Okay, so let your heart be light. Bottom left corner, ink it up with our mint macaron ink. So yeah, these colors are not your traditional colors, and that's fine with me because, you know, I like a little change. So I have a little bit of Stampin' Seal there on a scratch piece of paper, and I'm going to line this up, center it. It fits on there perfectly. Sometimes it's a challenge to find the label that will fit your sentiment. So it was kind of strange for me to get this out of the Halloween bundle that I used. But hey, it's included in your kit, so no worries. And I give you 2 so that if for some reason you need an extra one, a second chance, you can get it. All right, one more. This ink pad's a little dry, so that's why you might not have to do yours as many times as I do mine. Hopefully you don't. Okay, I'm just gonna dry this off. Well, not dry it off, but clean it off. And dry it off. Okay, so here we go. This is this. Now we're gonna do, oh, we need to clean off our plastic too, wherever it got off to. Here it is. That mint macaron's kind of hard to see on the plastic. All right, so now this is going to go here, and this time we're going to do the May the love of the season, and it's going to be on the inside. And I'm going to slide that underneath there. I just want it in the top. I believe I have it in the top Oh no, I have it centered. Sometimes I put it to the right, sometimes I put it to the middle. So there we go, centered. Well, it was till I moved it. Now it is centered again. Hopefully to stay this time. I don't know how you could stamp this without using the plastic sheet method that I use. I'm just not that good of a stamper. I'd have to do it 4 or 5 times before I got it right. So this way saves me the trouble. And I don't mind, it doesn't take that much extra. And again, my pad is dry. I did order a refill for this, but I don't have it yet, so I have to make do. Clean off my sheet. Now this is all the stamping that we have to do. We just have a little bit of die cutting. Then we can put our card together. Dry that off and pull this out. Put this away. Done with this. Now, die cutting. I'm going to use my mini and get my plates out. So we need plate 1 and 2. And then let's get our, we have mint macaron and mossy meadow. They're both 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. The mossy meadow, we just need to do 1 tree of each. So that should be relatively easy. Come on. It's on the paper. You know how I struggle with the paper. Let me just flip this paper up. I end up doing it every time anyway, so it goes a lot smoother when I flip that paper up. So there's our mossy meadow trees. We only need the 2. Don't want to lose my dies. So you can see my plate is well loved. Well loved. Now for the mint macaron, we need to cut 3 times. Actually 3 of the bigger trees, 2 of the smaller trees. So let's get our piece of mint macaron. We need 3 of the fatter trees. When I say bigger, I mean fatter. They're not the taller ones. They're these guys. So let's see if we can do this in a frugal way. I should have probably given you a bigger piece. I'm feeding that in to get it to go in. Okay. And you might be able to die cut them a different way, but this is the way I'm die cutting them. So we got, whoops, one of my long ones. I damaged it. Hopefully not too much. Okay, and then again we need one of the short ones and one of the big ones, tall ones. One short one, one tall one. Just make sure that your dies don't cross over each other. You would damage them that way. Okay. And then lastly, we need one of the short ones. I believe that's all we need. Short ones. And feed that through. Goes a lot better without the paper underneath it. Okay. I think that's it. Let me check and make sure. So 3 short ones, 2 tall ones. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Exactly. So put all our trees over there. Put this back together. Hopefully it's where it needs to be. I'm going to put my dies away. Oh, that's the wrong ones. That's the Halloween ones. Where did my Christmas trees go? There we go. And I'm not sure which one went where, so I'm just going to put this one here. Hopefully that's where it went. And this one here. I think that's right. Okay. Are you ready to put the card together? Okay, so let's bring in everything here that we need. This is easy, so let's go ahead and just put this on the inside with some Stampin' Seal. And get that done. Now in the front, you'll see some trees, and they're different. So we have, remember I had you cut 3 of the short ones? So we had 2 short ones in the front and 1 tall mint macaron in the front. We'll put that on the inside just because I kind of bent that one when I was taking it out. So we got, and then 1 tall mint macaron in the front. And in between those we have a tall mossy meadow and a short mossy meadow. That's how we have it. Short, tall, short, short, tall. And these 2 go on the inside. So we'll set them aside for now. This pink Blushing Bride is on the inside, and I'll show you how I did that here. What I did is I cut a piece of Blushing Bride that was 5/8 inches wide, 5/8 and 5.5 long, and I have one here to show you. I use my scoring tool because it's so much easier for me. And if you have your Stampin' trimmer and you want to use the scorer on that, you can. So let me bring this down so you can see the markings. Okay, so we start out, we're going to do 1 1/4 and 4 1/4. Okay, 1 1/4, 4 1/4. I'm going to flip it over to the other side, and I'm going to do 1 inch by 4.5. That's all the scoring I need. So I'm going to find my little valley where I first scored, and I'm going to push back and then push forward so that I make like this little Z right there. So push back and push forward. Okay, that kind of makes the banner. And then once I got that done, I took some scissors and I cut about 1/4 inch from the fold on both sides. I'm folding it down and cutting 1/4 inch. So I pushed that down and then cut my 1/4 inch. Then I cut in the center, and then from corner to center and corner to center on both sides. So to the center, corner to center, and corner to center. So if you want to make more of these, you know how to do that little banner. All right, so back to our putting together. So I have my leaves in place, my trees in place. And as I recall, I put these on with some glue dots, all right? And I didn't put them directly, like I have a little bit here hanging down, that's fine. Then I did a tall mossy meadow. And I don't know, it might be good to go ahead and put these in place so that you make sure you have room, that you've left yourself room to get them all on there. It would be a shame to get to the end to find out, oops, I don't have enough room for all my trees. This one's just a little bit higher than the first one we did. Okay, and I'm not sure why that's sticking up. Maybe I put some glue at the tip. I don't think I did though. I think what happened is maybe I did two of these. One up near the top and then one near the bottom. I bet that's what I did. And that kept my, twist it off, don't pull it off. And this is going to be a little bit higher than this one. Yep, that's what I did. I put two glue dots on there, one towards the top, just far enough up till it doesn't show. Twist that off, don't pull it. One near the bottom, twist it off. And then that's going to go here. So the trees that I forgot to put that extra glue dot on, no fear. I'm going to pick one up and I'm going to stick it underneath there, like so. Whoops. Well, I thought so. I must not have got it under there. Oh my goodness. So here we go. Try that again. It has to stay flat. So pick this up and put it underneath there. Then I'm going to do, I don't think that one needs it, but this one definitely needs it. So when you do this, be sure you do two and not one. All right. There we go. Now this is going to go over here, and there's only a few of these that we need to worry about showing. Let's see. So I'm going to just trim those off. I don't even think they would show, but just to make sure I'm trimming them. This is going to go here. And we want these folds. I'm going to put, so in the back, I'm going to put a glue dot. So I put a glue dot there. I'm going to fold that over. And I'm going to put a glue dot on the other side. And I'm going to fold that over. And that keeps that fold in place. Keeps it from being so, so tall as well. So fold that over. Now glue dot on this side and fold that over. That's ready to go on the front. I'm going to put that on with some glue dots, but I'm going to glue dots here, but I'm going to put some mini dimensionals along here to support it so it doesn't sag. Because if I don't do this, it will sag in the center. And nobody likes a saggy banner, right? So, no sags today. I'll take this backings off. All right. And then for glue dots, and I don't know if I need two, but why not, right? Again, twist away. Twist, twist. So I've got 2, 2, 2, 2 right there. And that's going to go on the front, right in the center. Not completely on top. If you look, it's a little bit off the bottom. See, there's the bottom of that. It's a little bit below that. So there we go. We have our trees. And then, let's see, I'm trying to get this one over a little bit. We need our sentiment. Now, I will put that on with glue because I do need some wiggle room. Okay, so we're going to put this on the front here. Centered. This is my favorite card of the set, I have to say, and it's the simplest one too, so that's good. Now we have some rhinestones in here. I loved this card, but I said it needs something more. So before we do our rhinestones though, we better put our trees on the inside. So we have our shorter tree here, taller tree there. And again, we'll do some glue dot at the top, twist, glue dot at the bottom, twist, and then we're going to do something a little different. Twist. We're going to get our glue, and I'm guessing we just need something that a piece of scratch. So I'm going to put a dot of glue there, and then the bottom on the back, I'm just going to put some glue on the back, just like that, and then set this in here. Now that glue will run a little bit, just leave it alone and let it dry. It dries clear. Again, we're going to do glue dot and glue dot, and if it sticks out a little, just push it behind, and again just a little bit here, just run it in that glue like that, and put this down and just let that sit. Okay, now we're going to, and if later on, if you want to take a clean eraser, or if you're lucky enough to have a adhesive eraser, you can get that extra glue that maybe oozed out the side there after it's dried. Okay, so now we're going to do our rhinestones, and we've got 2 large, basic jewel rhinestones. Going to put it here on this side, and here on this side, and then we have 5 of the smallest basic jewel rhinestone basic jewels. It's going to go not at the very top tip, but just kind of below, so that it has plenty to set on. If you put it at the very top, it won't really have enough to hold on to. So I put it down just a little bit from the top. This just adds enough bling so that it's not too plain. And we like lots of bling at Christmas time, right? So, all right, that's our card, guys. I hope you enjoyed making this. I sure did. And be sure to go to my Facebook group, Create with Carol B, and leave a comment on that promotional posting that I did for this class, and you can be entered to win one of the 4 kits, project kits I'm giving away. Maybe you'll win this one. Okay, and I'll give that away. I'll pick the winners on November 16th. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.